Everyone's scared of BRICS replacing the dollar. But here's what will really happen. Over the past few months, news headlines, YouTube videos, and Twitter threads have all sounded the alarm. The death of the dollar is here. The global power shift has begun. BRICS is forming a new currency to destroy U.S. hegemony. From the outside, it sounds like the end of American dominance and the rise of a new world order led by China and Russia. But is any of this actually true? In this video, we're going to cut through the hype and take a clear-eyed look at what BRICS is doing, why they want to move away from the US dollar, and what would really happen if they succeed. Let's break it down. Chapter 1. What is BRICS actually doing? To understand the panic, we need to start with what BRICS is. BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, a coalition of large emerging economies that together make up nearly 40% of the world's population and about 25% of global GDP. And now they're doing something bold, trying to move away from the US dollar in international trade. It's part of a growing effort called de-dollarization, and here's how it works. Settling trade in local currencies rather than defaulting to the dollar. Boosting gold reserves to reduce reliance on dollar-based debt. Exploring a BRICS-wide currency, possibly backed by commodities or gold. On the surface, this sounds like a huge threat to U.S. financial power, but the story is more nuanced. Chapter 2. Why the dollar is still king. This isn't the first time someone has tried to challenge the dollar. Europe tried it with the euro. China has pushed the yuan, and now BRICS is stepping up. But the challenge isn't just about printing money. It's about building trust and infrastructure. The dollar dominates for three key reasons. 1. Liquidity. No other currency matches the dollar in global supply or convertibility. 2. Stability. Despite its flaws, the U.S. financial and legal system is more transparent than most. 3. Network effects. The dollar is already embedded in global trade, contracts, and reserves. You can't just replace that with a press conference or a gold-backed coin. Chapter 3. Why BRICS still matters. That said, BRICS isn't irrelevant. In fact, their actions do matter, and they are reshaping the financial landscape, just not as dramatically as the headlines suggest. Here are some real moves. Brazil and China have begun settling trade in yuan. India and Russia are exchanging energy in rupees. Russia, blocked from SWIFT, is adopting alternatives. So yes, the trend is real. The dollar's dominance is slowly eroding. But what's more likely than a collapse is a fragmentation of the system. More bilateral agreements, local currencies in regional trades, new alternatives in the global south. Still, the dollar will likely remain the world's anchor, because nothing else is quite ready to replace it. Chapter 4. What happens if the dollar loses ground? Let's say BRICS makes real progress in de-dollarization. What happens to the U.S.? Some possible outcomes. Higher borrowing costs. If demand for U.S. treasuries drops, interest rates rise. More inflation. A weaker dollar could push up import prices. Diminished influence. The U.S. may lose some leverage over global systems. Even so, the U.S. still holds unmatched advantages. The deepest capital markets in the world. Military, energy, and tech dominance. A massive consumer economy. And the dollar's continued role in pricing debt, oil, and global trade. BRICS might dent the dollar, but destroy it. Highly unlikely. Chapter 5. Final thoughts. Here's the bottom line. People are panicking that BRICS will destroy the dollar and reshape the world overnight. But the truth is far less dramatic. Yes, the global financial system is becoming more multipolar. Yes, BRICS is pushing back against U.S. dominance. But no, the dollar isn't going anywhere soon. The most likely future is a rebalanced system, where the U.S. still leads, but others gain influence. And honestly, that might be a good thing. It could force the U.S. to be more disciplined, more strategic, and more competitive in the global economy. If this breakdown helped you understand the bigger picture, Hit that like button and subscribe to Finance Related 101 for more smart takes on global finance and economics. Drop a comment below. Do you think BRICS will ever replace the dollar? Or is this just hype? Thanks for watching.